Where am I in this competitive world? You are where you begin to change. There comes a moment in life when the noise becomes unbearable. Everyone seems ahead. Someone younger is already earning more. Someone less talented is being noticed more. Someone louder is being rewarded faster. And you sit there, quietly asking a question that burns more than failure itself. Where am I in this competitive world? Not on the leaderboard. Not in the spotlight. Not where you thought you would be. But listen carefully. Your life is not measured only by where others have reached. It is measured by the point at which you decide to stop decaying and start changing. Competition can be useful, but it can also become poison. In the beginning, it looks innocent. A comparison here, a little insecurity there, a sudden panic when you see someone else succeeding. Then slowly, your mind stops asking, "What is my path?" and starts begging, "Why am I behind?" That is where many people begin to collapse. They do not lose because they lack intelligence. They lose because comparison corrodes direction. They become so busy measuring other people's speed that they forget to build their own strength. A student watches others score higher and begins to doubt his future. A job seeker sees friends getting ahead and starts feeling invisible. A creator sees lesser work getting more attention and begins to hate his own pace. A parent looks at other families and wonders if they failed somewhere. This is what competition does when it enters the mind without wisdom. It does not push you to grow, it pushes you to panic. And panic is a terrible architect of destiny. Let this sink in. You do not find your place in this world by obsessing over where others stand. You find your place by changing what you can no longer afford to keep the same. Maybe you are behind because you delayed too long. Maybe because fear disguised itself as waiting. Maybe because comfort seduced you. Maybe because pain drained you. Maybe because nobody taught you how to recover after losing confidence. Fine, let all of that be true. But even then, the most important location in your life is not your current rank. It is the exact spot where your excuses end and your change begins. You are not finished because the world moved faster. You are in danger only when you become emotionally loyal to your stagnation. This is the turning point. Stop asking, "Where am I compared to them?" Ask, "What must I change today so I do not remain here?" Maybe you need discipline. Maybe you need silence. Maybe you need to stop scrolling and start studying. Maybe you need to stop talking about your dream and start suffering for it. Maybe you need to heal. Maybe you need better habits. Maybe you need to wake up earlier, think clearer, spend less, practice more, and complain less. Because the truth is simple, even when it is painful. The competitive world is not conquered by those who keep staring outward. It is conquered by those who master the inner war first. The world may be crowded, but transformation is still rare. That is your opening. If you change deeply enough, steadily enough, and honestly enough, you will not need to beg the world for a place. Your growth will create one. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That is the answer to comparison. Less self-torture, more embodied change. Søren Kierkegaard wrote that life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. That means you may understand later why you fell behind, but your power is in what you choose next. The road does not ask how late you started, it reveals who kept walking. A buried seed is not defeated by darkness if it chooses to break open. So where are you in this competitive world? You are not merely behind. You are not merely late. You are not merely overlooked. You are standing at the border between two lives. The old one, built from hesitation, fear, comparison, and delay. And the next one, built from decision, discipline, patience, and change. Do not worship other people's timing. Do not kneel before your own discouragement. Do not make an identity out of being left behind. Begin, even if embarrassed, even if slower, even if unnoticed, even if tired. Because the most terrifying transformation is not loud, it happens quietly. A person who was once drowning in comparison suddenly becomes devoted to growth. A mind that once begged for validation becomes disciplined. A life that looks stuck begins to gather force. And one day, the same world that made you feel small will have to witness what happens when a human being stops asking, "Where am I?" and starts declaring, "This is where I change." Like, share, and subscribe to The Winning Mind if this message spoke to your soul.